Honoring his legacy. Welcome back to sports, everyone. I'm Chaz Messman. Joshua Holmes was an accomplished basketball player for the Southwest Eagles and the Imperial Valley College. He was an even better man and member of the Imperial Valley community. And even though Holmes passed away back in 2020 due to a rare cancer, his family's holding a 3-on-3 basketball tournament to keep his legacy alive.
There was never a stranger around him. Never. And we hope that his legacy lives on in the sense that it encourages other kids to have that same goal in their life, to be kind, to give their all, and no matter what they do, because that was who he was.
Holmes helped lead the Eagles to 2 league titles, but he left a greater impact on those around him.
He was the kind of kid that helped out with bullying, so he would help out that person that got bullied in school, and he would stand up for him.
He knew how to put a smile on someone's face, and he made the room light up with joy.
Basketball was his passion. His daughter is now following in his footsteps.
I know that he's not here, but up there, I know he can see, and when I shoot something or a good basket, and he's always jumping up and down in heaven.
It gets emotional because I do go back to that. I go back to his younger years. I see a lot of him and her, even the way she stands. I know that he's watching over her.
Trinity and her family decided to turn the pain and negativity into a positive. The Joshua L. Holmes 3v3 Classic to honor his legacy and benefit the community.
That I hope people truly learn what he really was, that amazing person.
We hope that will come out of this 3-on-3 would be that kids would realize that you can be an athlete, but you need to be a good citizen. Citizenship measures way beyond basketball.
All of the proceeds will be donated towards cancer research and treatment.
What can you do for cancer? You can donate, you can volunteer, you can give blood, you can participate in something like this, give towards this. There's so much that we can do.
The inaugural tournament will tip off this Saturday morning at Southwest High School. It features age group brackets from kids all the way up to adults. For more information on how to sign up or donate, please visit our website at kyma.com/sports. After a big win over Valley Christian, the Yuma Catholic Shamrocks moved up to number 1 in the 3A rankings ahead of their regular season finale against Push Ridge. Top of the third, YC already down 6-0, grounder over to short, but Eric DePete can't make the throw to second, and the Lions cash in, and they lead 7-0 over YC. Bottom of the third, Rocks trying to get back into this one. Joey Carey lines one right down the line. That's going to be a fair ball. Jose Alcaide rounds third, and he's going to score to get Yuma Catholic on the board. To the fourth we go. Jose Alatorre at the plate. He grounds one right back up the middle and into center. Tepete races in to score from second. And YC got a bit of momentum here. Later in the inning, Hiram Silva now at the plate. YC trying to get back into this ball game. He finds the infield gap for a base hit into left. Alatorre scores. Unfortunately, this comeback would fall short. The Rocks drop their final regular season game of the year to Push Ridge 7-4. The NCAA announced penalties for Arizona State and 4 former employees related to recruiting violation that occurred under former football coach Herm Edwards. The NCAA details several recruiting violations, including ignoring restrictions in place during the COVID-19 recruiting dead period. Arizona State received 4 years of probation, an undisclosed fine, and vacated games in which ineligible players competed, not including that famous 70-7 victory over U of A, thank goodness for Sun Devil fans. Reduced scholarships also and recruiting restrictions. The NCAA acknowledged the self-imposed 1-year bowl ban last season. The Sun Devils will be eligible for a bowl back in 2024. And more bad news for ASU fans as wide receiver Elijah Badger is the latest Sun Devil to enter in the transfer portal. Badger led ASU in receptions, receiving yards, and was tied for touchdowns last season. This move comes after the Sun Devils lost quarterback Jaden Rashada to the portal yesterday. The Phoenix Suns will be getting their 2024 playoff campaign going tomorrow on the road at the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Suns are riding a 3-game win streak to close the regular season, including the one where they beat the Timberwolves by 19 in the season finale. And that is all we have time for in sports.
We have been able to get license plate readers. We've been